What's going on with the
Minnesota is in the
shortest
middle of a
civil war by
but this
Decoy
time
Voice?
the enemy is stupidity. Minnesota
Ah,
is
yes,
in the middle of a
stupidity.
civil war, but this time the enemy is stupidity, as the feds rolled in to serve some high-risk search warrants. But rumors got out that they were actually ICE and not the DEA, as the activists surrounded them outside a store that ironically says, "Make tacos, not walls."
Tacos, tacos. Why are you here? Go home.
It's hilarious how they're chanting "Go home and get the F out," which kinda sounds like they're in support of what ICE is doing. But spoiler alert, this isn't
not.
ICE. This wasn't even about immigration. These protesters are just idiots that somehow got tricked into protecting criminal traffickers, as the protesters desperately tried to protect wanted criminals from the ATF.
Yeah, this is the issue with some of these people. Right, this is what the Democrats wanted, right? You got civil unrest now.
They're literally just the Ralph Wiggum meme, as even if this was ICE, shrieking on social media means absolutely nothing.
You a with that gun. You a with that gun. You ain't with that gun. You ain't that gun. Ladies, out of here. So, that gun.
Dude, why is it the
He
usual
thinks he looks
suspects
hard
who
while
are just
fixing his hair in
causing
his
shit
selfie
all the
cam,
fucking
but he's
time?
no different than the emotional idiots that yell at baristas.
It's some fucking
It's not
Karen
that the
blue-haired
cops can act tough
person,
'cause they're
or
caring.
it's some
It's the
fucking
Karen that can act
activist.
tough because he knows someone at their
That's part of
job
like
can't
Black
fight
Lives
back.
Matter
As
or
Nick Shirley
fucking
shows us,
Antifa
this
or
group
some
doesn't
shit,
know
right?
what they want.
Abolish the police.
And shortly after,
Hey, we need your protection from these guys. I'm paying your salary. Help us. What's going on? The cops won't protect us from these FBI agents.
whenever they shout "abolish the police," what they really mean is strong-arm law enforcement hurts my feelings, so please don't police unless you're protecting me.
Yeah,
As these people are just
pretty
emotional
much.
infants.
You have to
throwing fits
protect
when they
me.
don't understand things.
That's your city.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like, yeah, the ATF doesn't fucking care about you.
Pigs! You guys are animals. Act like animals.
Well, you're literally tossing trash cans at them. I mean, you just tossed the trash, right? The fact that you did that and they almost took you in. They could have taken you in right there because you threw that trash can at you.
As trash in your own city is equally
Yeah,
stupid
and these people are just
ineffective.
trashing their own city.
Now that people are trying to block ICE from leaving this place, they're throwing garbages here onto the streets, trashing it. They're not going to let the police leave here.
But they think they're the warrior princess.
Yeah, you're gonna get pepper sprayed. Yeah, it's like, what?
And I promised I
Are they
didn't
trying
add
to be
those
like-
sound effects in.
Yeah, no.
These protesters are actually quoting Xena, the warrior princess,
Yeah, that's
to get their
just-
point across. But at some point, the feds got fed up.
All of these people right here are blocking ICE from leaving the street.
They're not even ICE, by the way. They're not even ICE, that's the funny thing.
Nothing annoys me more than the fake tough guy, as the moment he mentions lawsuit, everybody knows he can't win a fight without the assistance of an attorney. Pretty much having to save this guy from getting run over.
This is how the sheriff would work.
Boom! Fucking tossed him.
I could get you a good paying job. I could get you a good paying job. Guns don't belong here. Put the gun down.
Put the gun.
You're hired. Please, man.
These special agents look like they unlocked all the top tier DLC in real life, but I'm sure they're just jealous of a job that allows you
Just
to
put
have
your
a
gun
vote.
down. I
Use a
could
lot
give
of
you a
pepper
job,
spray,
man.
throwing
Don't even
stuff
know
out
who
in
the
streets
fuck
and
you are.
blocking ICE,
What?
blocking the FBI from coming through.
Like, what the fuck? These people are so fucking stupid. And they're just gonna run it over.
But intelligence wasn't this group's strong suit.
Never forget it.
How are you doing?
I'm all right.
Yeah, so what happened? What just happened?
I don't know. I was riding by. To go
I don't
to the
know,
gym,
riding
and
by.
I hear them just yelling ice. And then this restaurant's closed down. I don't know. But I know I didn't like what I seen by the energy that's out here.
This was a common theme that seemed to repeat with anybody that Nick Shirley spoke to. As they're
They don't
super
even know
angry
what they're
about ICE
fucking fighting
operating in
for.
their sanctuary city, but they have zero evidence this is
fucking
ICE, which is
sad.
just what happens when you have more
See,
emotions and information.
this is what
You get
activism
weaponized,
is
unemployed
nowadays.
behavior.
They have
As
no
this
idea
all
what they're
sparked over
fighting for
social media
anymore.
posts saying
They're
this
just
was an
fighting
ICE
for
raid,
whatever the
getting shared
fucking-
everywhere,
whatever
with thousands of
lawlessness
upvotes and
is, right?
interactions. Despite the fact that the Minneapolis police said there was no immigration enforcement activity today, with the local sheriff's department echoing the same exact statement, but that the feds were teamed up to execute some high-risk warrants in the area. That even their Democrat mayor had clarified this was regarding drugs and money laundering, but no arrests were made, which is just great. As for something to prompt a response from multiple federal agencies, deploying a whole fleet of MRAPs that cost nearly $500,000 apiece, they have to be
Correct.
going after someone that you 100% don't want in your community. But these groups did the same exact thing in Boston, where they thought they were crowding
Yeah.
and shaming an ICE
Correct.
operation when they actually just burned an undercover surveillance on a murder investigation. Now this sounds insanely stupid to assist criminals like this, but 4 years ago, they openly told us this was their mission. And we saw this yesterday in San Diego, where their community went out to stop the deportation of a wanted criminal.
Correct.
Back up! Yeah, back up! Back up! That's right! That's right! Back the up!
Fucking retarded people as usual. Yeah, I don't know why people want to do criminal activity now.
But the liberal news media covered it as ICE agents are using scary weapons, so the community is fighting back. We haven't seen propaganda this pathetic since Fiery but mostly peaceful.
Fiery,
Don't
but
doom
mostly
scroll on
peaceful,
social
yes.
media all day when you have my concise, lighthearted commentary on the tragic status that is today's reality, so subscribe to Decoy
Yeah,
Voice.
yeah. There you go, decoy voice. Thank you. Minneapolis, Minnesota were outraged by alleged raid.
Minnesota is
That was not what they thought it was. Yeah, they're a bunch of idiots. Like I said, people don't even know what they're doing half the fucking time. But there you go, decoy voice. Give them a follow, like.